Oh boy, did we witness a wacky game tonight at the Rock tonight. Whew. Wow, that game was something. Back and forth. We'll discuss it. But, oh boy. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Trevor, and tonight I will be reviewing the 6-5 Devils loss to the Washington Capitals on Hockey Fights Cancer Night. They gave us all these motivational signs on every seat tonight, and I did get my mystery puck, even though I waited almost 20 minutes to get it. It was well worth it, though. Jacob Markstrom is the player I got. There you go. I'll take off the little case here if I can. There you go. Yep, boom, Jacob Markstrom. Look at that. Cool. All right, so let us get to the game itself. And unfortunately for the Devils, once again, old habits crept back tonight. And they let in the first goal of the game again. And what did I say on Trevor's 3 things? You gotta stop doing that. And unfortunately, they did it again. That's now 7 straight games they let in the first goal. And there was an argument being brought up while discussing the game tonight with some friends of mine. Well, they're winning the game, so really does it matter? Well, yes and no, because it's not healthy. It's not a healthy habit to always be trailing. You want to get the lead and keep it and build upon it. So, well, yes, they are winning games while coming back. You don't want to do that. You want to get a lead, keep it, and grow it. So, hopefully that is something they can start adjusting to, because 7 games in a row. What are we doing, guys? And then it seemed like the Devils were playing catch-up most of the game. Washington was clearly the better team tonight. So again, Trevor's 3 things. What did they bring up? Who would have that edge tonight despite both teams' player yesterday? Washington by a country mile. Oh boy. Even though this game was close, man, they deserved to win tonight by the way they were playing for most of it. So Devils then tie it. Nico Hischier, captain, my captain, does it again. Good job, Nico. Another 5v5 goal, by the way, so that's good for us. Need to start building upon those. And it's 1-1 after 1. So I'm thinking, okay, even though we got outplayed most of the period, it's a tie game. I'll take it. You know, even though the games you don't look dominant in, if you could find a way to squeeze out a win, I'll be happy as a clam. And then the second period, it's Justin Dowling with a deflection goal. I didn't even know how that one snuck in. Brett Pesce got a point off it. And a great deflection by Dowling. And I'm 2-1 New Jersey lead. 7 shots, 2 goals. I'm like, all right, even though Washington is owning the shots on goal in the rest of the game, sure, let's have a game like these. And then I'm going to call it the main reason the Devils lost tonight, because there was another, and we'll get to it. The penalties. Oh, boy, the penalties cost us dearly tonight. When you have a lack of offense and taking penalties and Washington converting on said power plays, that is not a winning combination, folks, and that is what happened tonight. 2 goals in less than a minute, thanks to a 4-on-4, and then a terrible Mercer high stick. Not that it wasn't egregious, but Mercer, buddy, there was no need for the high stick there. And it was a double minor, too, because he was bleeding. So Mercer cost us 2 goals. Because of the 4-on-3, there was a broken stick, and then it was a 4-on-2. Allen can only do so much. They did the best they can. But when you're down to that, a goal is coming. Saw that a mile away. But then the goal, the very next one, come on, dude. Less than a minute later, that was the turning point of tonight. Or the penalties. So, 3-2 Washington after that. And then another late penalty. Washington scores again. 10 seconds left in the period. Guys. Terrible. A backbreaker type of goal. And we'll get to the third period. But you're trailing 4-2 after 2. When you were up 2-1 at one point in the period. And again, they shouldn't have been up 2-1 based on that game, how the game was going. But, when you have a lead, it sucks. So, third period starts trailing 2, trailing 2 and needing 2 to tie. The Devils' power play, man. How about Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes? I thought it was Hughes initially. Or was that the first one? No, that was Nason. Excuse me, no. Stefan Nason with the first one. Excuse me, I got mixed up there a second. Nason with the first, Bratt with the second. We are at 4-4, baby. These comeback Devils, even though they didn't win tonight, the fact that in back-to-back games, down 2 yesterday in Detroit, they found a way to come back and win it all. Down 2 in the third period, they found a way to tie it. And unfortunately, they just couldn't finish the job tonight, because I'll get now to the second reason why we lost tonight, and that was Jake Allen. Oh, Jake, buddy. You know what sucks for Jake is he was playing very well tonight. Very well. And then just a brain fart move. The first goal, okay, fine. But then 10 seconds later, tries to play the puck behind the net. Washington gets it. Wide open net and in. And that's the turning point. So, what was it? 6-4 at that point? Yeah, that sucks. You weren't coming back down twice. You weren't making two goal comebacks in the third period if you already did it once. So, they did make it 6-5 late, but it didn't matter at that point. And they weren't going to have enough time left, and unfortunately they did not. Devils lose 6-5 tonight. Again, just a wacky game that the Devils never really felt like they were ahead tonight. They always were trailing. And the lack of offense, for the most part, letting Washington just get ahead. The bad penalties, which cost you multiple times tonight. And then the inability of Jake Allen in the third. If he doesn't handle that, if he doesn't go behind the net, play that puck, we're going to overtime. Or you could even argue the goal with 10 seconds left, or the Mercer penalty. There were multiple reasons tonight why the Devils didn't have a chance to at least keep the game tied and possibly get it to overtime. So, it's unfortunate. It really is. Is it a game they should have won? No. Washington was the better team tonight, by far. But when you come back and they still fail, it's going to sting. This is a stinger tonight, especially against a division opponent. Last time we see Washington for the season, so we don't have to worry about them until the playoffs if we have to play them. So we'll see what happens there. Unfortunately for the Devils, it does not get any easier. The next one is Monday night at the Garden, round 1 of the Hudson River rivalry for this year against the Rangers. Rangers snapped their losing streak today, so we'll see what happens Monday. Hopefully, the day off tomorrow, Devils will reset, get themselves ready, a nice morning skate Monday, and then up to the cylinder, across the river. And that will do that. Next home game is this Friday coming up when Seattle comes to town, and the start of a 5-game homestand, the longest homestand of this year, so get ready for tons of videos coming up. Can't wait to bring them all to you. And I'm just gonna tonight was just a wacky one. I'm not too mad at tonight's result. I'm not gonna overreact. It sucks, but the Devils didn't help themselves tonight. That's where I'm gonna leave this. They didn't give themselves enough to be the better team and win it, despite them coming back in the third period. So, unfortunate, but you just move on to the next one. So, we're going to leave it at that. Next time you see me again will be this Friday, so stay tuned for that. So, that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to get home, get warmed up. It is cold outside. And yeah. So, until the next one, thank you all so much for watching. My name is Trevor. I will see you for the next one.